Well, thousands of people have joined protests in cities right across the Middle East and North Africa after nearly 500 people were killed in an hospital explosion in Gaza. Numbers that vary, of course, depending on who you talk to. But demonstrators gathered outside the American and Israeli embassies in Jordan, where 3 days of mourning has been declared by the government. Rallies have also been held in solidarity with Palestinians in major cities in Tunisia, Egypt, Lebanon, as well as Yemen. Terrorist organisation Hezbollah has called for a day of rage in response to the hospital explosion, which it and Hamas blame Israel for. But as we've reported quite extensively this morning, Israel has denied responsibility, backed by the Biden administration, saying it was a misfired rocket by the rival terrorist group Palestinian Islamic Jihad. Well, let's go to Canberra now, and joining us live is the ambassador of the State of Palestine and head of the General Delegation of Palestine to Australia, Dr. Izzat Abdul-Hadi. Doctor, thanks for your time. Appreciate it this morning. So do you accept, upon the available evidence, that the hospital in Gaza was blown up from a misfired rocket from Palestinian Islamic Jihad?
Of course not. I don't accept this at all. I think there was a history of Israel to make fake news all the time, like the assassination of Shireen Abu Aqil, the famous, respectful journalist in Palestine. And I should remind you all that the spokesperson of Israel has tweeted that the Israeli Air Force struck the Al-Ahli hospital, and then this tweet has been deleted, and we have this tweet actually.
Okay, so just to pick you up that, I mean, these talking points are similar to the ones that were shared by Hamas on the program earlier, but what we can see, we know full well what Israeli bombs can do. 2,000 bombs and 2,000-pound bombs and 500-pound bombs, they absolutely obliterate buildings. This one caused a tiny crater in comparison and couldn't even shift cars, Doctor.
Look, I mean, we should also wait until, have an outcome of a sort of thorough and credible investigation.
Oh, so now you want to wait. You were blaming Israel a minute ago. Now you want to wait for the evidence to come through.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we blame that for sure. I mean, because we know for sure that this is the Israelis' one.
But how can you be so sure? Back to that point. I'm sorry to interrupt, but how can you be so sure when, you know, I'm no expert, but I'm looking at that picture and I can see that the crater is very small compared to what Israeli bombs can usually do?
Look, I mean, I think you are act as a military expert now and try also to judge the situation itself yourself. I think it's you can't imagine what the Israelis can do, either small or big. But this is a history of bombarding of Gaza for the last 10 days. I mean, it's tons of bombs fell on the Gaza civilians in their house. Bombarding of residential towers and others. So I think it's, from our own perception, I think it's Israel. But as I mentioned, to be sure and to myself to be credible, I think we should wait a sort of thorough investigation.
But you know that Hamas routinely and deliberately fires rockets from sites near hospitals, schools, mosques, and built-up areas. Satellite image shows this and has done many times in the past. Does that not increase the chances of misfires?
Look, I don't think that Hamas that stupid or Islamic Jihad to kill their own people. And I don't think that it's only this one mistake which killed 500 people. I don't think that they have this capacity to wrongly launch this kind of rockets and kill all these people. I think, again, we strongly believe, and I think the international community also believe, that this is Israel. But I think...
well, I mean, that's disputed. That's disputed. I think most people are now in line with Israel, including the US president overnight, who has said that it looks upon the available evidence to be a misfire from Palestinian Islamic Jihad, as well as the Pentagon.
To give certificates in this,
no, I understand that, but I mean, they've got evidence
that... It's only Mr. Biden, the President of the United States, who confirmed this. Germany said that we need a thorough investigation, and the attacker should be, bring to the justice.
Back to that point, Doctor, though.
Australia's position is not there.
Sure, but I mean, back to that point, you know that Hamas routinely and systematically fires rockets from built-up areas. So the chances of a misfire are higher.
This is only Israeli propaganda.
No, it's not. It's not. Satellite images show this, and I've seen it myself.
It is. This is your own perception.
Doctor, I've been to Gaza and I've seen all of this myself.
Yeah, it's. I think maybe. Yeah, it's not the issue because also the international agency, United Nations agency.
Well, on the United Nations, I'm glad you brought that because
recognize this.
But the UN has this in the UN has found in the past. I mean, the UN has found in the past troves of munitions. The UN has found troves of munitions found in mosques.
And this means that the Israelis should commit atrocities.
No, I'm just saying that you're inviting. Are you not inviting?
I'm telling you. Yeah,
are you not inviting strikes when Hamas militants have command posts in the Al-Shifa hospital? Are you not?
Okay, but this is to tell me that Israel has the right to bombard all the civilians in Gaza.
But are you not deliberately hiding amongst civilians?
I mean, this is a justification. This is a justification of Israel to bombard all this and kill 3,000 innocent civilians.
I'm not justifying. I'm not justifying any killing of any civilian. But I'm just pointing out the fact that Hamas.
This is what you're saying. You justified now the Israelis.
I'm just saying that Hamas hides amongst the civilian population. Hamas hides amongst the civilian population. It launches rockets from built-up areas. Well, I'm suggesting, first of all, that the chances of a misfire are considerably higher, and also that is why attacks can come from Israel because they are striking Hamas areas.
I think you have, your methodology is totally wrong. I think you have an assumption and you believe your assumption. My assumption is that Israel is responsible for this attack based on facts, based on evidence, based on history record of Israeli bombarding houses, based on the military capacity and capabilities of Israel. And although I said this, and this is my own strong belief, I think we should wait until have thorough investigation. Your assumption is different. You just believe the story of Israel, unfortunately.
Okay.
This is totally, it's not credible.
We are out of time. Appreciate your time, though. We'll talk to you again soon.